Yo, yo, yo. Make sure everything's good.
Good.
Okay. See.
Reset.
All right,
All right.
bet. Let's take some
Now,
notes, man.
once you write down gut reset, the
Okay.
first thing we're going to focus
So let's go back.
all so-called diseases or all toxicity and all deficiency starts in the gut. Whenever you are toxic,
Taking some notes on gut reset, how to reboot your digestive system. You know me. Well, mostly I don't, but if y'all see this video, my stomach, bro. I ate some old Taco Bell, bro. Should never done it. It was a week old burrito. I ate it. I was hungry. Stomach been messed up since. I'm talking about the worst kind of pains, like cramps, farts. I feel like I be having a fart get sucked back in. The junk weird. Went to the doctor. They gave me some medicine. Didn't work. Gave me some more medicine. Didn't work. Gave me some more medicine. Didn't work. I kept going to the doctor. They couldn't figure out what was going on, so I had to get an endoscopy. More money. More money. More money. That's all I heard. So I'm like, you know what? Let me save money and just doing a natural healing. Because one thing that Dr. Yakai, and my doctor, well, said is my diet. You know, a lot of people, not even just me, don't get a lot of vegetables in their diet. So, with, I wouldn't even say teas, natural remedy teas, is really just your diet. So if I could blend something up in a smoothie where I'm still getting my same amount of vegetables, I do it. But sometimes I just don't got time to eat, bro. Like if you on the move, you on the move. Some of us, you know what I'm saying, they work overnight. When you get to work, you don't eat. You get off work, just make something to eat, some breakfast, you go to sleep. You got stomach in your food while you going to sleep. It just messes everything up. Your body don't completely break it down. The food that you eat, processed food, carbonated drinks, it all has a toll on your body. A soda can has more sugar than a pack of gummy worms. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just want to do the natural healing. Obviously, what I've been doing as far as like going to the doctors and eating what I'm eating is not helping. It's not working. So let me have a different approach as to what I eat. And this is the only thing that I could say I never did before. So it'll be a new, chapter experience as into, well, with this video, how to reboot your digestive system and heal from the inside out. Who doesn't want to get better, bro? I want to feel how I felt when I was 6 years old. Like, I feel like when I was 6, bro, I could eat anything. Now, I eat something, my body just don't react the same way. Like, bro, mac and cheese. When I was young, farting. Now I eat mac and cheese, bro. I'm talking about the worst type of stomach pain. So it's like, hey, let's just
these
get into the video,
toxins
man.
are polluting the body. And when you pollute the body, you change the body pH, and then these toxins accumulate.
He basically talking about the toxins in the food, drinks, all that.
This accumulation causes congestion and it keeps you from absorbing your nutrients.
Basically, what he's saying is when you clog, I guess, your intestines with bull crap, they get clogged with mucus and, other just bacteria, even parasites. So when the food get to you, basically like when the food got out of your system, parasites get it first. They eat what they eat. Yeah, your body don't, or when your body absorb the food, it only absorb 25%, of the 50%. And then if your body's backed up with processed food, it's just building up. It's not really absorbing the food because it's backed up with so much crap. So that's why you see these people, they be trying to lose weight and they have a hard time losing weight. It's because their diet. Or some people, they try to gain weight, but they're not gaining weight because of their diet. Some people are obese, some people are malnutrition, which means they just don't get the nutrients from whatever they eat. So that's based off your diet.
All right, when you talk about deficiency, most of the deficiency, whether we're talking about amino acid deficiency, carboxylic acid deficiency, whether we're talking about nutrient deficiency, macronutrients, micronutrients, mineral deficiency, Any of these deficiencies always happen because you are not absorbing. Now, of course, they've been stripping these things from the soil. Of course, they've been stripping them from our food stuff. But essentially, when you eat, you're going to get something. The reason why people are not getting anything is because their guts are so inflamed, or there's muconoid plaque, or there's parasites jumping in, eating all of these things. It's a blood circulation issue. It is something happening between your mouth and between your small intestines that's stopping the absorption factor, which is in this 9-inch duodenum tract that absorb all of your nutrients and bring it through blood capillaries and get all of these nutrients, oxygen, minerals, folic acid, anything that you need, any macro nutrients to the cells to rebuild the cells and take your cells through protein synthesis, to take your cells through oxygen for you can get ATP, go through the hydrogen oxygen parades, any type of step that I'm talking about, you need the bloodstream. So the first part that we're going to write down, now remember, this is called a gut reset. So for the
Make sure y'all get y'all notebooks out, man. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. Get your notebooks out, man. You thought I just did this for me? Nah, this for all of us. I know I ain't the only one with a messed up gut. It's like every black person in this mug ain't getting the right nutrients. Or whatever race you is. It don't even matter. But I'm black.
title, you're going to write down gut reset, because I didn't write a title down.
Oh, let me write this down. Okay. Gut reset.
Gut reset. All right. Now, once you write down gut reset, the first thing we're going to focus on is poor blood circulation. Okay. So write down poor blood circulation. Since I already wrote mine down about 30 minutes ago, I'm going to put a check by mine. We have to check on poor blood circulation. Now,
how you spell circulation?
Because the reason why I'm speaking about this is because remember, you have three types of things that go on in the body. The blood is what feeds the cells of the body, all of its phytonutrients. Whether we're talking about macronutrients or whether we're talking about micronutrients. These nutrients are extracted from the food that you chew and masquerade on, right? And then you swallow it, and then it goes into the bloodstream if the body is working properly. So if the bloodstream is sluggish, if the blood pH is off, if the blood is clotting and clunking up, if the blood have too much calcium in it, guess what? You're not going to get absorption. All right, so we need to focus on blood circulation. And the crazy part is blood is in your kidneys and in your gut more than in your...
See, this why I need a freaking the thing where like the notes be on the screen. Make sure I'm spelling these words
brain
right.
More than it's in any organ in your body, because digestion is very, very important. And again, your stomach, or what we'll call your gut, is your first, or what you will call your second brain. So
that's crazy. Your gut is your first brain. But think about it. Your brain can't be your first brain, because when you eat, based off the foods you eat, like the nerves and, you know, the spine connected to your actual cranium, your dome, it's like based off what you eat changes your mood, you know? Like sugar, like you gotta eat sugar. Sugar don't just go straight to your brain. It go to your gut, which breaks down into your bloodstream that goes to your brain. So it changes your mood and make you more hyper. You know what I'm saying?
You have poor blood circulation and you're not...
Coffee, the caffeine breaks into your bloodstream, goes from your gut to your brain. That's crazy. So I can see where you say that.
Then you have to do something where you can absorb the food soon as you eat it and bypass the blood. So I'm gonna show you a way that you can do it naturally and a way that you can do it through IV therapy. And that's the reason why when anybody's detoxing or anybody come to the clinic and we need to give them nutrients right away, we automatically put them on IV therapy and give them all their minerals, their trace minerals, their macronutrients, anything they need. That way we tap directly into the bloodstream intravenously. That way they getting all of their nutrients, and we don't have to wait hours just to be disappointed, because when they eat the food, since they are so inflamed in the gut area, and since they have bad peristalsis, or they are not absorbing because they don't have a diverse portfolio inside of their intestines, then they're not going to get the food anyway. So what we have figured out is you can do intravenous IV therapy and get your nutrients that way, or you can
He said intravenous
Literally
IV
juice
therapy.
your vegetables and juice your fruit.
That's what I want to do.
And then you'll go through something called the buccal mucosa absorption factor, where the buccal mucosa is basically between.
Bruh, I find it so crazy how God led me to this video. I swear to God. I shouldn't even do that, but I'm just saying, bro, like, I went to the doctor, they couldn't figure out, like, what was wrong, they give me all these medicines, it's not helping, and who likes to go to the doctor and take medicine, and it don't help your pain, or you think you taking it and it's not helping, making me feel certain type of way. I don't even like taking medicine, to be honest. I'd rather take tea, because I feel like it has a different effect on my body. I don't like taking pills. I don't even like the factor of overdosing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and you can do that with anything, water, but it's like, I don't know, pills, just, I don't like taking them. So it's like the fact that you could sit here and take certain fruits and juice and it could put your body into a certain state where it like just detoxifies your body, all natural. It just amazes me because it's like, bro, we've been so wired into thinking that you have to go to the doctor to help with these things. And I'm asking my doctor certain questions. He's like, I don't know, we try this and see if it works. Bro, what you mean we try this and see if it works? Do you got the facts or not? So it's like, if I can go to a doctor and he don't have the facts, I might as well just do the research upon myself. Because if he ain't got the facts, but he got the medicine and he got a little experience and knowledge into certain things, only because he went to school, who's to say I can't do the same? Especially when the information is free. So it's like, hey, I'm about to go through this little natural healing, and I swear I'm finna be feeling 10 times better just based off people around me that, eat healthy and, all
Between your
that.
teeth and your cheeks, where you can absorb and extract your nutrients if you juice. You got to juice them. Juice your fruits and your vegetables. And all you got to do is when you drink, just sit these juices inside of your mouth for at least 60 seconds before you swallow it. And guess what? It goes through something called the buccal mucosa absorption factor, where it'll go straight into the bloodstream. This is direct.
That's crazy. It skips the whole process of going to your stomach and goes straight into the bloodstream. But you got to think, alcohol does the same thing. When you drink alcohol, it goes to your stomach, but it goes straight to your bloodstream.
Direct absorption.
Some people put alcohol in their butt. Yes, their butthole. And guess where it goes? Straight to their bloodstream. I wouldn't recommend that, though. You got to be some freaky OD type of, you want your Diddy stuff. But yeah.
And you don't even have to wait till it gets through the esophagus, hit the stomach, mix with hydrochloric acid and goblet mucus cells to make what you would call chyme, to wrap it up and break it down more. You don't even have to go through all of these. You can get your first absorption in your mouth. But the thing about it is hard to absorb any type of phytonutrients to the mouth if you have candida, biofilms and yeast and all types of mold and bacteria covering your mouth. So anybody that's healing and anybody that want to reset the gut, the first place you have to start at is in the mouth, and you need to make sure that you keep in very, very good oral hygiene. So blood circulation literally starts with that. And that's the reason why they use the buccal system when they give you medicine. Think about the drops you take when they give you medicine. They are targeted to get you fast, rapid absorption. So they put certain things inside of the pharmaceutical drugs that they give you for it can go straight to the bloodstream. But they didn't make up this system. The body already had this system for tens of thousands of years already in your mouth. And you will figure that out when you're juicing your fruits and your vegetables, your melons, and things like that. It can go straight through the bloodstream in the mouth, and you don't even have to swallow it yet. So anybody that's trying to do a gut reset, anybody that's trying to heal their body, always incorporate juices. Now, depending on what type of detoxification symptom you have, I'm not going to say disease because I don't believe in disease, then that depends on what type of juices you will be actually drinking, whether you be drinking fruit juices or vegetable juice. Anybody with fatty liver disease, I would tell you to stay away from your fruit juices and partake in dark leafy green vegetable juice or watery vegetable juice. juice, things like that. If you don't have fatty liver disease, if your liver enzymes, your ASTs and your ASTs is normal, then look, hey, go hard on a fruit juice diet.
Fruit juice diet. Number one. Fruit juice. Dang it, bro. Keyboard so fast. Juice diet. Fruit juice diet. And then what he also said. Let it sit. Let it sit. Let it sit in mouth for 60 seconds to absorb nutrients. I need to make bullet points. I'm sure. What was another thing? Okay.
And that's going to start the initial absorption of all the phytonutrients that you need in the mouth before we even get down the esophagus, before we even hit the stomach. So anybody that got any gut issues, or say somebody got pancreatic cancer or somebody got stomach cancer and they just have a hard time absorbing anything through the duodenum because their bowels are obstructed, I'm going to put you on a juice fast, a fruit juice fast and a vegetable juice fast, because I know that you get direct buccal absorption through the buccal mucosa factor in your cheeks and up under your tongue. And that's the reason why I like herbs like tinctures, because you can take these tinctures and you can put them right under the tongue, especially if you mix them and you extract it through some type of alcohol solvent, and it will immediately go into the bloodstream and begin its work immediately. But if and I think you should couple them. I think you should do that. Plus, I think you should mix the IV therapy together. So do the IV therapy. Make sure that you're not getting the synthetic IV therapy. Get the derivatives that come from whole food sources and extrapolate all.
Hold on, you going too fast. God dang. All these big words. Slow down. Hold on, my boy. IV therapy. Talking about some your molecular structure, yeah, da, da, da. And I'm like, whoa, slow down, bruh. Confusing me.
If and I think you should couple them. I think you should do that. Plus, I think you should mix the IV therapy together. So do the IV therapy. Make sure that you're not getting the synthetic IV therapy. Get the derivatives that come from whole food sources and extrapolate all of your phytonutrients from there intravenously. Plus, go on a juice fast, and you will see that even though your stomach is inflamed, even though you got mucus,
Hold up, slow down,
sources, and extrapolate all of your phytonutrients from there intravenously. Plus, go on a juice fast, and you will see that even though your stomach is inflamed, even though you got mucinoid plaque inside of your gut, and even though you're not bringing in the goodies through the digestive tract, you still are getting direct absorption through the mouth.
That man, give this man a round of applause, bro. Like, it just makes perfect sense. It's not like he up here talking about, yeah, cause the Anunnaki said we supposed to be on it. Bruh, he's just breaking it down where it makes sense. He's not talking about no, yeah, cause God said we supposed to be eating only chicken and corn. It's like, bro, what? Or bread and whatever they give you at church, the little bread and the little wine, or cranberry juice. You know what I'm saying? Or bread and water. He's making sense, and as long as it makes sense to me, I don't see why not to partake into this healing, especially if it's the better me. Cause like, it ain't like he care, but I mean he cares enough to drop the information. It don't make no sense going to the grave with it. You know, he's spreading the light, giving people. He's the source and giving people the information.
If y'all got that so far,
and he's like a direct source. You ain't got to do your research. I mean, you got to do your research is to, like, you know, just double checking what he's saying. But I mean, as far as like the scenery behind me, and you know, a lot of people will look at him and be like, man, this, you know, you talking about. See, a lot of people caught up with the image. I don't care about that. I want to know what you know. And to me, he's intriguing because he just knows so much, and I'm so interested Why? I don't know. Maybe because I like natural healing. Maybe I feel like I want to help others too, or family, you know. I meet somebody, they going through whatever. I'm like, yo, bro, just take that. They take it for a week. Yo, bro, you really helped me. Like, that's just relieving. Like, it gives you gratification. Like, dang, I should just help somebody. I don't know. But yeah. Kudos to this man. With that, what's that, plain Jane?
Type in some nines.
That's a plain
Yes,
Jane or a
see, anybody
Rolex?
had a tummy tuck, anybody had any issues with the gut, and you just trying to do a gut reset, this is the first thing. So we're talking about poor blood circulation, because with poor blood circulation, you're not going to get the phytonutrients you need. Now I'm gonna show you how to move your blood. Burdock root will cleanse your blood out.
Heard. You ain't gotta say too much, my boy. My boy. Burdock root will cleanse your blood out. Got you.
It will cleanse your blood out. Yellow dock will cleanse your blood out.
Hold up. Slow it down. Slow it down.
Burdock root will cleanse your blood. Not going to get the phytonutrients you need. Now I'm gonna show you how to move your blood. Burdock
Okay.
root will cleanse your blood out. It will cleanse your blood
Burdock root.
out. Yellow dock will cleanse your blood.
Yellow dock. Yellow dock. Will cleanse. Hey, I'm the type of thing. Hey, I want the Superman. Give me all that packed up. I want all that packed up. I want the leafy, the fruits, the burdock, the yellow, the turmeric, the ginger, the da 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 da. Bro, give me 50 nutrients in a water bottle, a 1 gallon, and I drink it one day, and that junk just wipe me clean. But hey, I'm that type of person.
Blood out. You know, shop around.
Make me a super juice.
Cleanse your blood out. Blood root will
Hold on, let's slow down.
show you how to move your blood. Burdock root will cleanse your blood out. It will cleanse your blood out. Yellow dock will cleanse your blood out. You know, chaparral will cleanse your blood out. Blood root will cleanse your blood out. All of these things will cleanse your actual blood out. Yellow dock will cleanse your blood out. You know, chaparral will cleanse your blood out.
Chaparral. Will cleanse your blood out. Hey, we all freaking that in my room, bro. Hey, we all go. Well, I'm gonna show y'all my notes at the end, just to make sure we all. I mean, y'all might have missed something that I didn't, because I could hear it better than y'all. I got a mix amp, so I can really dial in on the voices and turn the bass down and a lot of stuff that don't matter. But yeah,
all of these things will cleanse your actual blood. But while you're cleansing your blood, there is a very, very low chance of you getting absorption in your duodenum. So
what the is that?
Cleanse your actual blood. But while you're cleansing your blood, there is a very, very low chance of you getting absorption in your duodenum.
Duodenum. Okay.
So until you get those venous systems open up, I'm saying get direct absorption through the buccal system by going through the buccal mucosa.
And this is the buccal system. Get absorption. Okay. Absorption through the buccal system. And this is going to be a chapter. Okay. Bad oral hygiene. What was another thing? Gut blockage. Another thing was I'm gonna do gut blockage as far as like, let me just show y'all. I got my gut blockage, and that's like parasites, mucus, parasites, mucus, and what else got blockage? Parasites, mucus, and what else? Parasites, mucus. I mean, he says something. I'm gonna just leave that as that. Oh, poor blood circulation, barrel boom, boom. But I'm gonna do this like that. I'm gonna do this like this. Y'all can skip this too. All right. Put this in the middle. I'm gonna do it like this. Put this down here. All right. Y'all can screenshot that.
Membranes through the mouth directly into the bloodstream. And you will do that by juicing, and just make sure don't swallow the juice fast. When the juice get in your mouth, just swish it around and hold it where you can absorb that nutrients and then swallow, and hopefully we can catch some on the back end once it goes through the stomach and go where it need to be. All right, now
so it's like you kind of get, instead of giving 100, you might be getting like 60, you know, maybe even 70.
Red clover, and my favorite blood cleanser and blood mover by far is red clover flower tops, y'all. So write that down. Red. All right, mouth, just swish it around and hold it where you can absorb that nutrients and then swallow, and hopefully we can catch some on the back end once it goes through the stomach and go where it need to be. All right, now yes, now in red clover, and my favorite blood cleanser and blood mover by far is red clover flower tops, y'all. So
Red clover flower tops. Red clover flower tops. Top bar. I'm gonna do this in parentheses, so it's no. Yeah, I'm saying red flower flower tops. Top gut. Wait, what do you say?
so right to be. All right, now yes, now in red clover, and my favorite blood cleanser and blood mover by far is red clover flower tops, y'all. So write that down. Red clover flower tops. You can use the leaf as well. Okay. Make sure that you're using burdock root, greater.
Wait, hold on. You can use the leaves as well. I'm gonna name this, instead of gut reset, I'm gonna do gut reset cheat sheet. Red clover flower tops. You can use the leaves as well. But hold up, we gotta take that back though.
So until you get those,
Hold up, let me put on the do captions, subtitles. Oh, I should have been doing this.
venous systems open up, I'm saying get direct absorption through the buccal system by going through the buccal mucosa membranes through the mouth directly into the bloodstream. And you will do that by juice.
Can I? What is embedded code? Let me see what that look like. Because if I could just copy and paste, oh my God. Nope. How can I copy this? Copy debug, copy loop, copy video URL. Okay. I don't think I can.
And just make sure don't swallow the juice fast when the juice, and hopefully we can catch some on the back end. Now in red clover, and my favorite blood cleanser and blood mover.
Blood cleanser, blood mover. Favorite blood cleanse / blood mover. All right, red clover flower tops. You can lose the leaf as well. And then
By far is red clover flower tops well. Okay. Make sure that you're using burdock root, greater burdock root, and leaf.
greater burdock root. Is it burdock root? I think it's burdock root, not burrow root. Greater burdock root. Like, do this stuff even be in America? Like, I never heard of these things. Like, where do these things even come from?
Leaf as well, because these things are actually good from cleansing the blood. These things are good for making blood flow. All right, that's another good one. Chaparral is amazing. Use chaparral leaf.
I don't. Why does chaparral sound like shot, 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 everybody.
Very good. Blood root. When you do blood root, make sure you're not using too much. And I wouldn't do it in a teacher form, a tincture form, because it's so potent. You can just do that in a little tea form, or you can grind.
Oh, wait. Hold up. That's what
Is amazing. Use chaparral leaf. Very, very good. Blood root. When you do blood root, make sure you're not using too much.
chaparral leaf. And that's a chaparral. Chaparral leaf. Chaparral leaf. And blood root. Do I mix all these together? Or do I like have the option of just deciding which one do I want?
And I wouldn't do it in a teacher form, a tincture form, because it's so
Teacher form. I'm put this in quotations. Bitch, I'm gonna have you nauseous on the toilet for days. Tincture form.
so potent. You can just do that in a little tea form, or you can grind it up and put it in some 500 milligram capsules and swallow them, because that's going to be a very, very slow release.
Okay.
Don't do it a little tea form or
Little tea form.
Or you can grind it up and put it in some 500 milligrams.
Or grind up and put in 500
milligram capsules and swallow them, because that's going to be a very, very slow release. Don't do 1,000 milligrams, because that might be a little too much for you.
Slow.
All right.
Release.
So that's poor blood circulation. So if you got poor blood circulation and you're not getting nutrients circulating,
Well, he said that might be a little bit too much for you. Like, what is gonna make you feel like?
Through the blood, because you can't absorb through the actual duodenum, we say use the buccal system. The buccal spelled Buccal. The buccal system.
Buccal. The buccal system. Buccal. Where is the buccal system? Oh, buccal. Buccal. Buccal.
Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up for y'all and I can show it to you on the screen. The buccal mucosa. So here go the buccal mucosa. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of it real quick.
Isn't it buccal?
Let's see if I can get a good one. And notice this is where your lymph at. Everything is here, y'all. All right, let me share my screen. Your lymphatic system real fast. All right, so
dang
to the middle. So look, y'all, this is the buccal mucosa. I accept the cookies. I'm trying to show y'all in the middle of the page because I know I'm on Instagram too. Where is we at? Let me just go back to the picture. The whole picture just disappeared, y'all. Where did it go? We'll blow this one up, y'all. How about that?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, see that buccal mucosa? And when you actually look at the buccal mucosa, it shows you that the buccal system is right between the cheeks and the teeth. And in between there, you have so many capillaries that go straight inside of the bloodstream. So all you got to do is when you drink these juices, these fruit juices and these vegetable juices, is just let it sit inside the mouth for 60 seconds. I'm a very extremist when it comes to certain things like this. So I probably do 2 minutes and then I swallow. That way I can just make sure that I'm getting my phytonutrients that way. Okay? So we done talked about that. We done talked about the actual buccal system. Now let's move on. All right, so that's how you fix the poor blood circulation while you working on the blood circulation. So cross that out. So these are the things that will stop you from absorbing all of your phytonutrients. These are the things that will stop you and make you deficient. One is poor blood circulation, because without the blood, it's impossible to move the goodies around.
Okay, so all of this will make you.
These are the things that will stop you and make you deficient.
These are the things. These are the things that will stop you. Dang it, what the freak am I typing? Keyboard so fast. These are the things that will stop you and make you deficient.
One is poor blood circulation, because without the blood, it's impossible to move the goodies
poor
around.
Blood circulation.
The next thing is write down gut mucus congestion.
I put blockage. Blockage and congestion is the same thing.
Mucus congestion, which 99% of the world population have it, because
I'm gonna just put what he said. Gut mucus congestion. I'm gonna do / blockage. Cause I mean, if you're not really absorbing it, it's a blockage, right?
Because we have to understand
something's blocking you
that
from absorbing
mucus is a response to acidity. So whenever you're in an acid environment, mucus is going to be produced by the mucosal membrane to come neutralize acids. That's the whole.
Now let me tell you why this makes sense, and this is just based off experience. When I drink lemon juices and all that, my the inside of my mouth, like, it gets like not slimy, but like the mucus, like, just, I don't know, it's weird. Like when I drink lemonade, I can feel it in my throat, like the mucus, it just like the phlegm or whatever. I can feel like, yeah.
Entire point of mucus, other than
Like
being
not
a protective layer.
What's it? Lemon juice? Is it called lemon juice? Lemonade.
Because it's a part of something called the glycocalyx, which we're going to talk about as well. And what it does is this snotty, sticky-like substance or gel-like structure, it catches on to antigens, it catches on to toxins.
What? So lemonade is actually good for you?
Catches on to interstitium mucosa type of parasitics, intracellular parasites,
and I love lemonade.
Catches on to those things, and then it basically engulfs it, and it transports it to the lymphatic system. And then what the lymphatic system does is the lymphatic system will take it.
Like, I should write this down, but I don't know what to put it where.
To a lymph node, and then inside that lymph node you will have macrophages to engulf these things or go through something called phagocytosis, and it will further degrade it or degrade it down and take it to the kidneys for you can excrete it out when you wake up in the rising through your urine. So if you have a bunch of mucus, or you having a mucosa irritant or a mucosa response, it's because your body is full of acids. So the best way to get rid of that is, and take away that inflammation, is simply by going on what you would call a alkaline forming diet. There's no
alkaline forming diet. Put that in here as a through the bowel system. Or should I just write that alkaline forming diet? feel like that's a new bulletin point. Alkaline forming diet.
No such thing as an alkaline diet, or there's no such thing as an acid diet.
I might split this in two. Just do 30 here and 30 the next one. Just because, you know, why not break it apart? Who's the freak gonna sit here for a whole hour actually gaining notes? Some people would. I feel like it's easier if I break it into two. That way you can always come back and, you know what I'm saying?
There's a such thing
It
as
ain't too much notes at one time.
alkaline forming diet and a acid forming diet. And these are things that
Alkaline forming diet and a acid forming diet.
you can eat that basically lead back certain minerals, and when you test these minerals, it keeps the pH high. You know that? So if you see calcium, if you see magnesium, if you see selenium, if you see potassium left over in your poop after you eat your food, the food you ate was alkaline forming. But if you see phosphorus was left over and carbon dioxide and things like that, then that is acidic forming food. You ate it, and when it broke down and it went through something called methylation or DNA methylation, because anything you eat, there's no food that you eat that goes through the body and don't have a change. So anytime you eat a food, it's not just going in your body and remaining that food until it goes to the tail end or it comes out your urethra through your urine. Anytime you eat a food, the body changes the molecular structure of the food. The body changes the chemistry of the food, for the body can use it for its unique fingerprint. And that is literally called methylation. So
wow, that's crazy.
If it goes through the methylation process, and then depending on the electrolytes and the salts and minerals that it leave behind, that's how you dictate whether that food is alkaline
good
forming
for you
or acid
not.
forming.
When you understand, when it makes sense, it just makes sense. So you know if the food is good for you based off your crap or how you feel. When I eat hot Cheeto puffs and it's more acidic, like my chest start burning and my stomach start bubbling, and that's acidic. When I eat alkaline food like an apple or watermelon or are those alkaline? I don't even know what's alkaline. Let me just figure out what's alkaline.
Other than that, food essentially is neutral until it goes inside the body. We don't care what it does outside the body. And that's what I teach people all the time, people that want to do the test. Make sure you test it in an environment that replicates the body. And in certain laboratories, they have certain furnaces and certain ovens to act like hydrochloric acid to match the temperature of your body, 98.6 degrees. And then once it's done and it leaves that alkaline ash or leaves that acidic ash, they check the minerals and be like, okay, that's in fact the alkaline forming food. So if you want to start getting rid of the mucus plaque or the mucus inside of the stomach,
you gotta switch your diet, alkaline diet.
First thing to do is get rid of all inflammatory foods. I wouldn't eat anything that's cooked in grease. I wouldn't eat anything that's cooked in hydrogenized.
Okay, so do not eat. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. Anything cooked in grease. Anything cooked in, I guess hydrogenized is like what, chips? Anything cooked in hydrogenized
oils. Matter of fact, for the first 3 months, I wouldn't even cook in oils, period. I will eat a semi-raw diet. And the reason why I'm saying semi-raw is because there's certain foods that you just have to cook just to break through the cellulose for you can be able to eat.
No oils for first 3 months. MONTHS. No oils first 3 months. No oils first 3 months. Semi raw diet. That was outside my door.
Even absorb all the things that I'm talking about anyway. So no cooking with oils, period, point blank. All right. Try to eat your food at least 90% raw. Unless you're dealing with, certain types of vegetables, like kale is a very, very tough vegetable. I will cook that down and denature it as little as possible just to break through the cellulose. That way I can get all of the calcium and get all of the macro and micronutrients out of it and the phytonutrients out of it for I can absorb it. All right. So we're talking about the mucus gut, or the plaque, the mucus plaque that's building up. And the best way to do that is, again, eating alkaline forming foods and fasting. We didn't put people on
alkaline forming foods. Alkaline forming foods and fasting. Alkaline farming foods and fasting.
on so many water fasts or so many green juice fasts, especially with the Dr.YAHKAI geogenetic green juice, and get them 30 to 40 days.
Hold up, because I'm about to hop on that green juice fast. I'm not trying to do a water fast, but I mean, you can get water from fruits. I'm trying to do this geogenetic green juice. YAHKAI geogenetic green juice, and give them 30 to 40 days. Coming out. That's only a month. That ain't bad.
A big strand of muconoid plaque that feels like tarred and built up in it, shaped like they small intestines, that's been there since they probably was 10 years old.
Wow. Hey, I want to see that, bruh. I want to poop so bad where, like, my gut just feel like a baby. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I just feel good inside. You know what I mean?
Because they mother and father.
But I swear, babies be putting anything in their mouth.
Feeding them McDonald's, feeding them processed food.
And they got one of the best
synthetic,
stomachs.
Denatured foods they hold, like in all of the fried chicken, the fried beef, ground beef, turkey, all of the holidays and traditions is very, very unhealthy. So, you look up and you 20 and 30 years old and you feeling all of these symptomologies of detoxification, or what we have been taught is disease when it's actually not. And we don't even know is because our actual gut have a lining that have been plaqued, and this plaque is keeping you from absorbing all of your phytonutrients by way of the duodenum, because inside of the duodenum, which is where you get your first absorption factor at in a major way, it's blocked with muconoid plaque. And then think about this muconoid plaque. Whenever you mix mucus with calcium and acid, it solidifies. This solidification actually solidifies the microvilli as well. So imagine these little fingers I'm holding up is the microvilli, and my fingers that I'm finna cover up on them is the mucus that have solidified. So now the villi can't wave or even open up to even absorb all the nutrients and all of the vital factors that you need to rebuild your molecular structure and take you through protein synthesis and get you ATP, adenosine triphosphate, where you can live a life of full vitality and purpose, because your gut is so inflamed, and then the doorways to deliver the phytonutrients into the bloodstream is blocked off by this muconoid plaque. So the best way to get rid of a muconoid plaque?
Best way to get a muconoid plaque, that should be in my gut reset. Best way to get rid of muconoid plaque.
Fasting.
Whew. Best way to get mucin plant is fasting.
And I'm talking about long fasting and hydration, because hydration breaks up calcification and
Long hydration fasting.
stagnation. And how do you hydrate? Water, H3O2, juices from your fruits, juices from your vegetables. And look, last but not
Water from my fruits. Water. Put H3 on water. Cause I really don't like drinking water, to be honest with you. It just don't have no taste. So if I could drink a watermelon and they give me the same benefits as water, why am I drinking water? Like, unless I just desperately crave water, but other than that, I need something that got some taste to it. Water. I'm gonna do water capital. But that's what my doctor said too. Water. I don't get enough water. H3O fruits and leafy watery greens. And that's like
not least what I've been talking about, eating alkaline forming foods. Eventually it's going to decay and break off. Same, and look, and I used to use this analogy all the time, right? If you put a sticky substance on the floor, you're not going to go sweep and mop it up without using water, correct? You're going to use some type of solvent. You're going to use some type of liquid, some type of hydration to break up the sticky substance from off the floor. You're doing the same thing with the mucinoid plaque that's actually built up inside of the intestines. You're going to take some type of hydration to break up the stagnation and calcification. If you
I'm gonna just write that down so when I tell people it sounds like I'm smart. You need hydration to break up the stagnation and calcification.
you do this for long enough and you're making sure that you're not bringing in hydrolyzed oils and things like that, because we know that oils and water truly don't mix. In our biology, it do through something called methylation, which I'll teach y'all about later. But essentially it doesn't mix in chemistry, so it's going to be some type of acidic blowback there, and that acidic blowback is going to always irritate the mucosa membrane. It's going to trip the parathyroid. The parathyroid is going to go holler at the bone calcium matrix, or should I call the calcium phosphorus bone matrix. It's going calcitonin hormone is going to say, hey, I need more calcium, strip it from the bones because there's too much acid and acidity in my blood and in my gut, and I need to go neutralize these places. And then they meet and they neutralize, but you never stop eating the foods that you've been eating, or you never stop stressing out. So guess what? Calcium, mucus, acids, see that, and phosphorus meet. When that meet, it creates something like concrete. It creates
What? That is crazy.
something like concrete, and this is what we call calcification. Just look
And
at
honestly, I seen something like that where, like, I don't know what it was. I can't even recall, but I could have sworn I seen something like that where, like, somebody poop or something was so hard like a rock. I don't even know.
the word calcium. So if you want to break up the calcification, get rid of what's causing the solidification in the first place, and that is acids, y'all. It's acids, acid forming foods. All right.
Get rid of acid forming food. Get rid of acid forming food.
So that's how you do that. So the first one we got that's going to keep you in a deficient state. is poor blood circulation. I'm telling you, and I told you how to increase blood circulation, and I told you the first step to bypass blood circulation is by going through something called the buccal system, where you juice your fruits, you juice your vegetables, you hold it in your mouth, and you make sure it gets between your teeth and your cheeks, and you can bypass the duodenum through the buccal system. And that's what I love about tinctures and teas, because that does the same exact thing.
What are those things called?
The second thing we talked about was gut mucus congestion. And
Oh,
basically, that is
bitters.
what you would call a mucinoid plaque that actually solidifies itself inside the duodenum that keeps you from absorbing. And look, since that's still happening, we still got to go with the first one and use the buccal system. But while we're using the buccal system, we're going to fast and we're going to hydrate the body, and we're going to introduce our body into movement to break up that mucinoid plaque, but we can get it out. I got pictures of our clients with hangers digging this nasty stuff out of the toilet, holding it up. Some of them get 10 feet long.
That is crazy. If you have a turd that long in the toilet, I gotta do this. I
And it
gotta
looked
do
like
this.
rope. It looked like rope. And if you touch it, and the reason why I know if you touch it, because I passed one, and if you touch it, it feels like some type of tar. What Nabi, what you call that candy that you used to stretch? Laffy Taffy. It got the same consistency and it stretched like a damn Laffy Taffy. Except it's black, it's brown, and it's kind of like yellowish red because it got blood, and dried blood on it, and it got bile mixed in that came in Billy Rubin or Billy Bourbon, and bile residues from it that came from the liver. And that's truly what it looked like. All right. Next, we got to
Ugh.
talk about gut fluid calcification, because not only does the mucosa membrane can calcify due to solidification of calcification, but the fluid, the interstitial fluid in the blood that's circulating
I'm
through
gonna have
that
to
gut
end this
area
soon. I gotta
can
hop in the shower.
calcify as well. You see what I'm saying? And how did that happen? That happened because you are not feeding the body the nutrients that it needs, or it's not getting the electrolytes it needs to keep the negative charge, to keep the blood repelling from each other. So guess what the blood do inside the duodenum area? They break down, they create a substance called rouleau, then they clunk themselves together because they didn't flip polarity, they didn't flip poles because you're not bringing oxygen in, because remember, you have a deficient problem. So now you got poor blood circulation, you got gut mucosa stagnation and congestion, and now you got gut or interstitial fluid calcification built up. It's impossible to get any nutrient factors to get absorbed and for you to even be able to utilize it, to use these food stuff to get your vitality, for you can live out your purpose in your days here on earth. The fact,
Okay, let me see.
so now you got poor blood circulation, you got
Poor blood circulation.
gut mucosa stagnation.
Gut mucosa stagnation. What in the freak? My doctors ain't never said words like this. You know, you got oh, that's your stomach problem. No worry. No worry. Here, take some of this. It should be okay. Should be okay. Oh, you got this. Let me see. Okay. Here, take some of this. Should help.
And congestion, and now you got gut or interstitial fluid calcification built up. It's impossible to get any nutrient factors to get absorbed and for you to even be able to utilize it, to use these food stuff to get your vitality, for you can live out your purpose in your days here on earth. See, what we're going through is a deep way. I'm talking about a very, very deep way of getting rid of that mucosa. Now, another one I want to tell you is colonics. Hydrocolonic therapy is known for getting rid of that mucosa plaque. But in order to get rid of that mucosa plaque, you're going to have to go to hydrocolonic therapy at least 3 days a week for at least a month. And you're going to have to be on an intermittent fasting schedule called the 18-6 rule, where you fast for 18 hours a day and you only eat for a 6-hour window period. Other than that, it's going to take you a very, very long time. But we notice through colonic therapy that we get rid of a lot of mucosa plaque as well. So y'all can write that down as well. Somebody asked, what about the coffee enemas? The coffee enema is more for bowel releasing and liver detoxing, which we will talk about later. Right now, I am just specifically talking about cleansing the gut, getting that gut cleansed up for when you eat your food, you can actually get all of the absorption and extract all of the phytonutrients you need for you can have vitality, good consciousness, good oxygen flow, good oxygen circulation, and good protein synthesis for you can keep the molecular structure built. All right, so we're going to run it back. Poor blood circulation stops you from absorbing. This causes a nutrient deficiency. All right, gut mucosa congestion. This stops you from blood circulating. This stops you from absorbing. This causes what? A nutrient deficiency. Gut interstitium calcification of the fluids causes what? Blood poor circulation, and you're not going to get any nutrients, cause a nutrient deficiency. Another one is stagnated lymph. If you look at my lymphatic models, which I will go get one, most of the lymph nodes are in the gut area. And the reason why is because when you are born with something called a primitive gut tube. And let me just show y'all this for y'all don't think I'm lying. And I used to teach classes on this all the time. Let me show y'all this real quick. Primitive gut tube. Man, I did amazing. And when I say amazing, I did an amazing presentation on this in 2014 in Las Vegas, y'all. Talking about the embryology, the endoderm, the ectoderm, the mesoderm, and talking about the primitive gut tube and how the lymphatic system, how all of your organs, all of your limbs, even your brain come from the gut. Everything starts off as the gut. But this is the primitive gut tube. Let me share my screen with y'all. So this is the primitive gut tube. When you actually look at it, please don't go off somewhere far. Show me the picture. I'm gonna just blow it up. Make sure it's in the screen. All right, that'll work. So when you look at the primitive gut tube, hold on, I need to move it over a little bit more, y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to let them see on Instagram too. So it's kind of work. It's kind of crazy. Let me move it over a little bit more. All right, so when you look at the primitive gut tube, notice what comes from it. The celiac arteries, the dorsal, look, mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm, your ears, your elbows, even your genital areas all come from this primitive gut tube. So when you look at the lining of the gut, when a woman is going through gestation and we see that the embryo is actually being manifested into the physicality of her womb, the first thing she grows is something called the primitive gut tube. And then from that primitive gut tube, you will see all limbs come from it. The elbows come tucked out from it. And notice that the elbows are tucked towards the genitals when they grow out the primitive gut tube. Then you see the head get released from it. Then you see all of the vessels get made. You'll see it grows its placenta, the nervous system, and all of the organs come from the primitive gut tube. So essentially everything that is on you is attached to your gut. And that's why most people that have herpes have itchy elbow disease as well. They get bumps and breakouts on their elbows because remember, your elbows is an extension of your genitals because they're made from the same skin. Just like if we're talking about the ectoderm. Your skin and your eyes and your nervous system is made of the same exact ectoderm cells and embryology as your brain. And that's the reason why your hair is an extension of your nervous system, and your hair and your skin literally scans the external environment and bring in these signals and fold proteins and tell you whether to take flight or fight. Like, this is real scientific stuff. This is not dogma. This is not me up here just making up stuff. If you do deep studies and research, it shows you that everything starts from the gut. Life actually starts from the gut, at least the physical life, because all life comes from the primitive gut tube, and it's made of 3 blastose cells. The ectoderm, the endoderm, and the mesoderm, made from one tube called the gut, that end up becoming your intestines, and your intestines, your small intestines and your large intestines, and everything else grow from there. So essentially, with me saying that, the purpose of me saying that is, if you heal the gut, guess what you heal, Nabi? The entire body.
Yeah.
The whole body.
Hey,
Everything comes from it. And look,
exactly.
just to show y'all, let me show y'all another picture. Just to show y'all.
I
Look,
don't know.
this gonna
That
blow
it just
y'all
made
mind.
sense, and it just was like
Look,
it
so
just
check
made
this out.
sense.
Let me show y'all again.
Wait, did they ban my jump? See if we still live. Did I get a copyright strike? Let's see. Okay. See. All right. Don't see no copyright strike. All right, let's go back.
How can I do it? Now look at that. Look at that, y'all. So, can they hear me?
Yeah, let me see. I got my volume.
Can y'all hear me, family? Type in some nines if y'all can hear me. Look, it's gonna blow y'all mind. Okay, perfect. So look, check this out. You have gotten small. No, I have gotten healthy, family. We gotta change our word. So look, the foregut of the primitive gut tube, the trachea, the respiratory tract come from it, the lungs, the esophagus, the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder, the bile ducts, the pancreas, the dorsal. You see all of this? The upper duodenum. All of this come from the primitive gut tube. Now look on the other side. The other side, the lower duodenum, the jejulum, the ileum, the cecum, the appendix, the ascending colon. All of these things come from the primitive gut tube. Every organ in your body come from the primitive gut tube. So if you want to heal a system, the first place you have to start at is, in fact, what, y'all? The gut. I mean, that's just what it is. It ain't no way around that, family. Ain't no way around that. So now let's talk about stagnated lymph. And I want to get something for y'all to show y'all all of these lymph nodes inside the actual gut. Now, I want y'all to look at this gut area. I'm going to point at it, then I'm going to lift my mic back up. It's right here. This is the gut area. Notice all of the lymph nodes. The Peyer's patches exist here. The ileum lymph nodes exist here. You see that? The cisterna cali, the biggest lymph node other than the gland, the thymus gland, lives in this area. You see that you have thousands of lymph nodes that live in the gut. So essentially, the beginning and the bulk of what you would call your immune system is in where, y'all? The gut. So if you want to heal and cleanse the immune system,
It makes sense. This look like more this look like more organs that's in the brain.
The lymphatic system is working properly, getting rid of toxins, because remember, the blood is what feeds the cells of the body. Remember, the nervous system is what commands and communicates with the cells of the body. But the lymphatic system is the sewage system. It's what cleanses the cells of the body by way of detoxification pathways. Then you have to cleanse the gut, because 90% of your so-called immune system, or what I'm going to correctly call the lymphatic defense system, is where, Nabi? The gut. These are facts. These are facts. Just facts, y'all. Somebody just said prove it. We can look this up too. This is going to be on YAHKAI TV, y'all. This is going to be on YAHKAI TV. Look, I'm going to prove all things, but I always prove all things. I don't know why y'all challenging me, but I love it. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't mad at y'all. I taught y'all to be that way. So let's just do it like this. 90% of the immune system is in the gut.
We got ChatGPT now. We don't need to ask the questions.
This just quick.
All you do.
This says 70 to 80, but when you get deep into the studies, it's 90. But look, just look this up, y'all. Here we go. Let me change my screen. Let me move it over for y'all. Can you see that, Nabi? Can they see it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's all he said. Right.
I'm gonna have to figure this damn.
It's kind of like, you know, we're a little lag behind you. Hold on.
All right, there it go. So it showed you right here, 70 to 80% of the immune cells being present in the gut, y'all. It's in the gut, in the gut. So if you want to heal, and if you want to regulate your immune system, your T cells, your B cells, your neutrophils, your phagocytes, your lymphocytes, your monocytes, you're gonna have to heal what, y'all? The gut.
The gut.
All right, I'm glad we got that down. So, stagnated lymph. In order to move stagnated lymph, the best thing to do, if you look at the cisterna cali or the cisterna calil, it sits right on what you would call the diaphragmatic muscle. The diaphragmatic muscle is attached to something called the mesentery muscle.
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm at the end it. All right, y'all. We're gonna have part 2. I got my notes though. I gotta come back to this.